Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the preacher. Okay. Again, Happy New Year. I think it's what, day 3 of 2025. Click like, subscribe, hit your notification button to keep up with me. So, this is a story that was shared with me a few years back. So, this is not a fresh story. It's not about my life. It's about somebody else's life. And this story was shared with me, one of those ones that will always stick with me. I have the comments open if someone wants to chime in. It's okay. I'll try to pay attention to the comments. Okay, so here we go. There was this woman. She was a law assistant to a lawyer. Okay. This ended up being a 10-year relationship. The lawyer was married, had kids. The legal assistant, law assistant, was divorced and had, I think, 2 kids. So they both had families. So she's working for him, knowing that he's married, knowing that he has a family, and she gets involved with her boss. This is a true story. So you can imagine over a 10-year period, they've had their ups and downs. But for the most part, she's happy. She's divorced. She has an income. She's able to take care of her kids. And she is in love with her boss. You know, yeah, he's married, but, you know, she don't care about that part. She's winning in life. She's winning in life. She has a job, a lawyer boss. Oh my God. He loves her. So 10 years go by. He decides that he wants to buy a home. So she's excited. So she helps him go through the process of buying a home, and he even had her decorate the home. She was able to pick out the furniture and really help get the ball rolling. But after all the excitement, he buys a house, she furnishes it and whatnot. She finds out that he's leaving his wife. He is leaving his wife. There comes a time when she realized that this house is not for the wife and the kids. And then she finds out that the house is not for her either. After 10 years of sticking by this man, working for him, being the other woman, making everything happen and pop, this house is for woman number 3, a whole nother woman, not even her. Hi, I see a couple people here. Hi, thanks for stopping by. Click like and subscribe, please. So let me describe the 3 type of women in this scenario. The lawyer is a black man. His wife and kids are black people. His secretary is a biracial woman. Okay, a biracial woman. For 10 years at work, he get to play around him and live his best life. Hello, hi. Thanks for stopping in. And so, woman number three is a full blown white woman, just comes out of nowhere. So she thinks. So somehow the secretary, the law assistant, ends up at the new house. She has to see for herself. She cannot believe this shit. Guys. Hello. More people coming in. Welcome. Thank you. It says, have we ever had a girl as our president? Have we ever had a girl as our president? Um, Not that we're aware of. I'm not aware of any. And I'm in America. And so, as far as I know, we haven't had one. You never really know, though. People disguise themselves all the time. But anyway, she ends up at their home. They let her in. So she's, there and crying and begging and, putting on a scene. The white woman is telling her, you need to leave and, you know, you just work for him and you knew he was married and whatever. I'm it now. You need to go. So she ends up in the bathroom, the legal assistant. She's in the bathroom. She's crying. She's upset. They don't know what she's going to do. She's threatening to cause harm. And so what do? They did not call 911. They did not. They end up calling her best friend. Her best friend happened to have been a mutual friend of mine. So this mutual friend of mine and this legal assistant, is telling me about this story. It's telephoned. So she goes over to this house, a big, beautiful house. This is a lawyer, so we're talking like really nice properties and things. And this woman slits her wrist in this white bathroom. It was a beautiful bathroom. I was, told blood is everywhere. Blood is everywhere, guys. She has been with this man for 10 years. And the thing about it, too, he was paying her under the table. So for 10 years, her income is not like legal. You know what I mean? It's not, she doesn't have a W 2. I don't even think she had a 1099. He was paying her under the table really good money. Legal assistant for 10 years. Plus, you know, his woman having the best time of her life. Whew. My girlfriend goes and, is helping her out. I don't think 911 was called yet. My friend had to, I think her car was new actually. And I think she had to patch this woman up and get her in the car and just get her away from there. I think she may have taken her to the hospital possibly. It's been a few years, it's been a minute. So those sketchy details are they're lost at the moment in my mind. But eventually she healed, got herself together. She's a mother, The kids are big, but she ended up finding a better job with benefits. Life went on for her. So I don't even know what to say after that, guys. I really don't. It's just tragic and sad. But what I would like to say, in addition to that, how my takeaway, I guess you could say my takeaway. Um, of course, this man is way out of pocket. He's way out of pocket on how he deal with women. Way out of pocket. There could have been a much better way of dealing with all this. You know, So when it comes to him, I'm just going to say that he could have dealt with this much better. There's nothing else I can say when it comes to men. I don't know why they don't plan these type of involvements, transitions better. There you go. That's the right word, transition. Why can't men plan these transitions better? Why do people have to be lied to, feel cheated on, easily discarded? You know, why does blood have to be shed in these situations? I have a question. Did you just start your channel? No, my channel is at least, I started in 2017. And hi to everyone that's here. Welcome. Thank you. So I'm going to get off of him because I just don't understand why men, some men, not all, but, more than don't move this way. So I'm going to move off of that. Only men can address those issues. I can't. I'm not a man. Um, when I opened my marriage up, I did a whole year of research. My husband and I had plenty of discussions, not for his sake, because I know men do what they want, but I did research and had discussions with my husband for my own sake, not because he was going to do right and all of that. No, I wanted things to go right according to my mind, So I have to live out my side of the relationship to the best of my ability, even when others are not holding up their side to the best of their ability. And maybe that's the best men can do is be all deceptive and hide this kind of stuff. Maybe that is the best they can do. I don't know. I can't speak for them. I can't speak for men. I don't know. So this is my take, okay? Obviously the wife at home with the kids, the legal wife, she probably knew about the secretary. And if she's at home with kids and have her own career, perhaps, even if she didn't, I don't know that part of the story, but regardless, the wife knew her position at home. She knew she was legal. She knew she had a family to focus on, and she knew who she was married to. I'll just leave that right there because the wife was not the one at his new home with his white woman attempting suicide. So the wife knew her place and she knew at some point in time that he may or may not be leaving, you know. Every wife know at some point in the marriage that it will end either with him dying or leaving for another woman, one or the other. You know, there really aren't many other ways for a marriage to end. Of course, there's other ways, but those are the two main ones. Okay, this secretary, your needs are met, ma'am. Your needs are met. You have a job. You're able to provide for your children, your family. You chose to have an intimate relationship with this man. You chose to do what the wife wouldn't do, or he wouldn't allow his wife to do. His wife may have wanted to be his secretary and help, the family business or his business, you know, go forward. It's possible, but at the end of the day, you are in second position. You're not the legal wife, and you have a major role. I mean, you're in the position for the business to grow. Why does she expect more? When you're excellent in your position, stay. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I just don't see what she was expecting, you know? I mean, like, some people are not meant to be in first place. They're not meant to be. They're meant to be exactly where they're at. And some women cannot be in second place. I'm not good in second place. I know I'm not good there. I'm not. Not in this type of scenario. Now, I can describe in situations where I am good in second place. There are situations called like honest, poly, polygamy, polygamous type relationships where I do well in second place. But in situations like this, where there's lying, cheating, manipulation, and stuff, I don't do well. I don't do well. I don't. My only experience so far, my major roles in life, has been the first wife. I played that role for 32 years straight. Two different husbands, but it was a smooth 32 years of me playing that role. So, and yes, I was cheated on the entire 32 years. The entire 32 years I was cheated on. And both marriages ended with them marrying the women they cheated on me with. At least one of the women. There's always been a whole bunch, but they always pick one to legally marry. That's what the law allows. The law allows one legal wife at a time. I don't think it's fair, but that's where we are. And then now two men can get married. I'm like, what the hell? Jesus Christ, making the line even longer. Okay. Creating more situations for us. So I don't know what she was expecting. She was a permanent second and a damn good one. But because she thought that she was in waiting in line for first place or could qualify or whatever, when he did get his third woman, I mean, he probably had all kind of women out there, but they would never be in first, second, or third positions. They would not have homes, a job from him, you know, you know, they would not get this far in his life. Any of the background women, they would not get this far. So women that make it to wife status, second position of her level where you're getting paid, take care of your family. I mean, you're divorced, ma'am, you got it good. She had it good. I know it had to have hurt to help pick out furniture for this new white woman. You're mixed, you're biracial. You think you're looking better and than the first wife, and you just know you're next. She's all the way black. You're mixed. You're supposed to be looking better than that one, because of your association to whiteness. I get that part. Now, here is a full white woman on board. Damn, what do you do with that? So, she ended up trying to kill herself at the house. Woman number three. Wow. Wow. I don't recall her having kids that lived there or anything like that. So that may be the reason why he picked her to live in his dream home, to go to his next level. She may not have had kids. I don't recall that being the case. She's all the way white. She probably had her own career and money at levels that the wife at home didn't have, nor did the secretary at work have. So she can truly, truly be that woman on his arm at, lawyer functions and stuff, whatever. I don't know what he was thinking. I can't speak for men. They have their own way of figuring this stuff out. Okay. But we women have to know the game up front and know how to play to win. Where none of us, whether we're in first, second, or third position, it don't matter. We need to know who we are, what we represent, and get our bag too. Learn to stay in our lanes. Learn to stay in our lanes, play our roles. If you're gonna play with the big dogs, you know what I mean? Like lawyers, engineers, doctors, and shit, you gotta be able to play the game to win. Not only for yourself, but all involved. All involved. Now, I know to some people this sounds so crazy. Like, what the hell is she talking about? Why would anyone settle for that? Why would anyone put themselves through that? Why would anyone? Why would any woman stoop to these levels? Well, we don't plan to do this to ourselves. It's not usually a plan. When a man start making these decisions, executive decisions over you, like the first wife, I mean, like, what can she do? It's not her law degree. Even if the first wife had a law degree of her husband's law degree is not her law degree. She can't control whether he hire a secretary, a legal assistant at his office or not. The first wife can't control any of this. The only thing she could do is either accept it and roll with it or divorce and move the hell on. That's the law of the land. That's no fault divorce. That's life. I went through it, and any other woman that end up there go through it too. I chose to stay and let everyone win. That's what I chose to do. As long as I'm not losing, as long as I'm not losing, you know what I'm saying? Then why be hating on anybody else? Why cross lanes? Piss on somebody else's shit? Why? Pray to the Most High that you and your children make it out on the other end as winners, not homeless, you know, not without provision, without child support, alimony, or whatever the case. And I don't recall in this story if he actually even divorced the first wife. I'm not even sure. He may have kept that family intact, providing all the bills, paying the second woman, making sure her family is provided for. And the white woman may have just wanted a house with him so she didn't have to deal with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Every woman is different. And she may have actually even financially contributed to that home, if not paid for it. Who knows? Who knows? But the point is, sometimes what you don't know is best. Sometimes in these loaded type situations that men stage and set up and often kind of force women into these positions, possibly unaware. Of course, there's always red flags. If you're the second woman that secretly, came in, well, then of course it's possible that he's doing the same thing to you. I don't know why the second woman thinks that she's the only one when the first wife or the wife is not the only one because of you. Let's not be delusional. I think that's the right word, delusional in this case. I think let's not be stupid. Let's just put it that way. Let's act like we don't know what's going on. If everyone would stop considering themselves being special, unique, and all that, then you won't be smoke screened. You will be able to play your hand to win. Sometimes we can't always control the hand we're dealt, you know, but we can play our hand to win. Again, I'm not excusing him. I think that's very poor leadership, poor management of a family. That's not the best way to transition women in your life, to add. That's not the best way to be fruitful. There you go. You know, it's not the best way to multiply. It's not. But, hey, that's my opinion. Men do what they want to do. We women just need to be able to, read the room, you know, and play the hand that we're dealt to win. Play to win our children. We want to win. Because this woman could not accept her spot as second and respect it and stay there and treat the third woman as well as she treated the first woman. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She couldn't take what she was dishing out, period. Because she couldn't. She had to go in such a dramatic way, you know? And so, thank Most High, though. Thank Most High for healing and restoration because she was able to get a much better job and be happier in the long run. Much better job and happier, from what I understand. So, the first wife, I'm not sure what her situation was. You know, I hope he didn't divorce because she and the kids, in my opinion, don't deserve to have to downgrade or, change their lives because he wants to be the way he is. So I hope that she was able to keep that legal marriage license if she wanted to and benefit all the benefits and blessings that a first wife and family deserves. The third woman, you know, well, I don't know what she can expect out of this, but I think it was more of a business move on his part. I really think the white woman was a business move. To go from a black woman that holds all the cards to a second woman who's keeping it all together, you know what I mean? Making it all really, multiply for real, your workhorse, you know, then the third woman, I mean, like, there's really not much for her to do other than to just, it's more like business. That's business all day. Business with out kids, with, you know, she's a nice host. There you go, a host. She's a host. She can host parties, legal parties, whatever their business dealings are. She's the host that look like she got the most, you know, and it's all new and shiny, you know. So that's the sad story. And that's my take on it based on my life experience. Based on my life experience, that's my take on it. Otherwise, people can choose to be monogamous and not have extra people, you know, keep life a lot simpler. People can choose to do that, but it kind of falls on that man in this scenario anyway. Do I know of situations where the wife is the one? Heck yeah, I know those stories and I'll share them too. But yeah, this story here was very sad. Very, very sad. When you don't know your place, you know, and you're not ready to play with the big dogs. You got to play to win. Even on this channel, I'll use myself real quick, okay? My second husband, an engineer with the big three and everything, he had a birthday twin that I had to identify coming on the scene. And I handled it beautifully. Handled it beautifully. I probably shocked the mess out of the entire family and him. How smooth that jelly was spread on the bread. Okay? And even when his sugar baby lived with us in our home for 5 years, I never was out of pocket with her. Why? You're in my home. Don't bite my hand. I'm feeding you, right? You're a charity case in my home. And I knew she would never be anything more, you know. Now, could he have divorced me and married her? Yeah. And I probably wouldn't have been mad at all because at least it makes sense. I'm older. I already got half the benefits. Let a young sugar baby get it. Why not? I think that's fair. I mean, it's not necessary. It should have never happened. But we here, right? We here. And I see the situation, and I'd rather my husband, if he gonna leave me and marry somebody else, let it make sense. Get that money to a young girl who is gonna be struggling any damn way. In this man's case, all these women are his age. These are all like lateral moves, you know? So, anyway, but each situation is different. Each situation was different. He played his hand well. He just hurt people along the way unnecessarily. You know, I think he had his stage set fine, but he just did not manage the women well. He let people get hurt. And that's not necessary in my opinion. So anyway, so the sugar baby lived in my home for 5 years. Okay, I dealt with it just fine. Made sure she even moved out in her own place a couple times. You know what I mean? All of that. And then where he went wrong, in my opinion, and to men, even my second husband was doing just great in their minds. Cool. I know men are different, and that's fine. But to me, my ex didn't need to sneak off with his white woman. He didn't need to sneak off. He could have just said, hey, I'm ready to get divorced. We already had a separation agreement in place. I had already sought a lawyer some years before he left me to legalize the concept of how to split assets. So we already had a separation plan in place, a divorce plan in place. So to sneak was unnecessary. We already know how assets going to be divided. We already have an open marriage. I've already endured all these other women with ease and peace and grace and dignity. Yeah, I end up in the hospital 5 times over it, but hey, that comes with it, right? I wasn't prepared for all of this crap, but I did the best I could. I learned fast, put on my big girl panties, and dealt with that shit. And then when I was done in 2011, when I was done and realized what was really, really going on in my marriage, I said, forget big girl panties. I'm wearing thongs. I remember one weekend I had planned a trip for us, Kelly's Island, because I was feeling myself. I'm like, okay, All right, so I understand what's going on. I'm gonna play to win, y'all. I'm gonna play to win. Okay. And so I was done with my mommy clothes. I said, trash my bras. I burnt my bras and threw away all my panties. And, so this was a thong weekend, graduating from big girl panties to thongs, So I'm wearing a thong all weekend, planned this trip. We had a great weekend, a thong weekend, okay, at Kelly's Island. It was so cool. All right, but then after that, I don't want no underwear. I stopped wearing underwear altogether. I'm like, okay, if he's gonna be his best self, whatever this is, it's time for me to be my best self. And I realized that I'm a nudist. I realized that, I like men and women once I opened up our marriage. I was like, I just had it's like it's my birthday. I'm born. I'm really born now. I started exploring myself, having a great time. I think that was very shocking to everybody in our life. So the majority of this started happening after the first suicide attempt. I woke up. It took a whole suicide attempt for me to say, okay, he living his best life. It's time for me to do it too. And if he want to kick me out on the street over it, oh well. I already put my 10 years in. You know, let's go. Well, I was looking good and changing right before his eyes, and didn't decrease the sex. The sex even got better. Because I'm happy. I'm happy now. So the sex got better. I'm looking good. I don't wear underwear, and I'm going to new resorts and meeting new people, and all this stuff. I got an extra 10 years out of that marriage, y'all. Well, he couldn't let go either. We neither one of us could let go at this point. He's funding my life. He's funding my new life. He's picking and choosing who my lovers are, my boyfriends or whatever. He could pick and choose, my girlfriends. He could approve them. He had veto power, you know. So he's funding my new life. And I included him in every step of it, shared every detail. I was his entertainment. I went from being this wife he didn't want at home to, whoa, this exciting woman right before his eyes. And I ain't stopped yet. I ain't stopped yet. But there came a point where I outran him. I had to outrun him. Heck, I was, they used to call us debutante. No, not debutantes. And in Detroit, I used to run track in middle school, you know, and I was one of the head cheerleaders at my high school. I was a gymnast. I know how to perform. I know how to play. You know, I know how to win, guys. I've won championships, you know, trophies and things. So I just turned it up. But I wasn't going back to being his monogamous wife that he don't want. Forget that. I just kept going until I'm where I'm at today. Sitting at home on alimony, okay? Like that was gonna change. Just because you divorced me to be with some white woman, you think that's gonna change my lifestyle? Well, yeah, I end up, having to even live in my car at some point. The divorce was so bad. But I mean, once the divorce settled, even though I didn't sign any paperwork, guys, I ain't signed no paperwork. I ain't trying to give up a penny to no damn body. Yeah, I'm that one. Say what you want, but I am that one. After 25 years, you think I'm gonna make it easy for women to just walk off with my money? Mm-mm, I'm not gonna make it easy. I ain't gonna fight in the street either. Come on, I ain't gonna fight nobody in the street. But I'm not gonna make it easy. I'm not gonna sign these papers. I'm not gonna, mm-mm. But the divorce went forward anyway. I think. I don't know. Well, he's married. Um, and I got my benefits, my alimony. I'm sitting at home like the first wife supposed to. Duh. Let the second women work their asses off. Second position, that's your job. Is to work. Work your ass off for this man. And trust the other women in the background are getting, secret lunches and secret, what you was getting at first. You signed up to be me, and now the other women get to be you. Everybody, sometimes the roles can switch. and tables can turn in these situations. It is what it is, you know. But whatever you do, play to win. Don't be out there losing, shedding blood all over the streets over this stuff. This is just how men are, ladies. This is just who they are and how they are. We got to know this. And when we are forced in these situations, wake the hell up and play to win. That's all I can tell you. And then keep in mind that Most High is there. He see what's going on. Put your faith in him. Put your faith in him. And people may say, God is nowhere in none of this mess. I beg to differ. He delivered me. I even asked him, Lord, do I go or do I stay? In tears, Lord, please let me out of this. In some of these situations, it's not that simple to just walk away. It's not that simple. No matter what you believe, what you tell yourself, if you end up in one of these situations, I want to hear how you get out. I want to hear, how did you get out if God didn't do it or if Most High didn't do it? If he didn't do it, how the hell you get out? You think because you're so smart? Well, these women are educated women we're talking about. We're talking about a lawyer here, you know? We're talking engineers. I have a PhD. It's not about intelligence or being smart. It's not about that. Okay? So let's just get real. Of course, the simplest way is for men to be monogamous and faithful and not bring other women on board. That's the simplest way, the easiest way to do this. But the majority of us women know that the majority of men don't do it that way. So why we gonna act stupid and not be prepared for when it creep up on us? And not everybody can divorce 10 and 15 times. Who can divorce more than once or twice? Especially if you got black skin. I don't care if you're a black man with a law degree, a doctorate degree. I don't care what you got. I don't care if you're a doctor. You can still only afford to divorce so many times. And if you're one of the women that's caught up in his web of women, use wisdom. Exit with your bag, with your money, your provision. Don't worry about these other women. Get yours. Protect yours. And know that one day that man is either going to die or release you altogether. But but regardless, either way, you need to collect. Get your money. He has gotten your loyalty. He has gotten your love. He has gotten everything he needs from you. Trust and believe. Men know how to drain the vein of every woman. They know how to pimp us to no end. They know how. We got to know how to pimp back. They depend on it. They depend on us to pimp them back to no end. And if you don't get yours, shame on you. Shame on you if you don't get yours. I got mine, and I'm still working on that bone. Not really, not really. But yeah, I didn't sign the papers. And my second husband is not the healthiest man on earth, you know? So I'm still, can possibly get a bag out of that. And a part of me getting that bag is making this channel, sharing my story. I can get a bag just by talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm at home. I don't have to work, you know? Just because I'm on here sharing my stories don't mean I'm not happy. It don't mean that, I'm not provided for. It don't mean nothing. Well, everything means something, but I'm just saying. It doesn't take away from my reality, me being out here talking about this. It doesn't take away from my reality. In fact, in my divorce, it is stipulated in my divorce, if it's even a real divorce, because I never signed anything, but it could still be real. My lawyer signed it, a judge signed it, so it could be real, y'all. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I have it where, if I become a millionaire, he cannot come and get alimony from me. I get alimony, but he can't even get it from me. So again, play to win. You may be brokenhearted and crying and stuff, but you can cry and do research. You can cry and talk to lawyers. It's okay to cry, but you better get a bag. Cover your ass, you and your kids. Don't be stupid. That's all I can say. All right, guys, I love you all so much. Thank you for your support. Again, click like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Remember, I am not monetized on YouTube at all. So, I have like what, 4,700 videos on here. It's okay to bless me. It's okay to send something to my Cash App as a donation, a love offering. I'm going to do more of these other woman stories, much, much more. If you have another woman story you want to share with me, my email address is Dr. Leisha the Preacher at AOL. I had to change it, guys. It's at AOL.com. Send me your story. Send stories, to me, even if it's not yours and you hear of one. Send a story, share it with me. You can also attach it on my videos. Make it on the comment, attach it on my comment sections. You can post in my comments. Hey, share this story. No problem. I will. And I do have a request for one of my last lives. People want me to show my face. Okay, I will, guys. I'm gonna start. I want to go get some lashes. I want to. I'm starting to take my braids down, my individual braids. I'm gonna start taking them down and do other stuff with my natural hair besides just braided. I guess I don't know. So this year, 2025, I want to do some new things, and I'm gonna roll out, of course, my book, um, even if it's just audio on here. I don't know if it's going to make it to paper. It will, guys, it will. I'm just lazy. But yeah, the eternal deficit of mankind. Men owe God. Man owes God, you know. And if, to me, women, we're rolled up in the word man, you know. We're men with wombs. So when I say man, mankind, I'm talking including women, children, whatever. We owe Most High the eternal deficit of mankind. We owe God. And as I share these stories, you can hear how we owe God. In these stories, you can just hear how we owe Him. You don't even have to pick up a Bible to hear how this man owe God, these women owe God, you know, owe Him better, just better behavior, better commitments. You know, I'm just saying. But, I have like biblical context. I have, real life experience and collecting all kind of stories and evidence, on my journey, much research. I've been working on this for possibly since 2011. This eternal deficit of mankind. All right, guys. You all be blessed. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Stay with me. Stay tuned. Bye. Oh, my Cash App and PayPal is Dr. Alicia the Preacher. Everything is Dr. Alicia the Preacher. Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye.